Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Are you on Ozempic or another GLP or thinking about it? This episode is for you. The FDA just approved Ozempic to treat fatty liver disease. Sounds amazing. The research is real, but there's a critical piece that almost nobody is talking about. Fatty liver. That fat is burned in your liver. So when you lose fat fast on any protocol, your liver has to process all of that mobilized fat at once. And that's more pressure on your liver. Without the right support, your thyroid pays the price, your liver pays the price, and this is why the weight comes back 4 times faster than with diet just alone. Today, I'm breaking down how to protect your liver and thyroid, whether you are on Ozempic or want to do it the natural way. Welcome to Accelerated Health with Sara Banta, the podcast that gets straight to what works. I'm Sara, certified nutritionist, founder of Accelerated Health Products. Here I cut through the noise and bring you the real strategies, powerful supplements, natural solutions that actually help boost your energy, detox, and balance your body for optimal health. Let's dive in. What is fatty liver? Over 50% of you have it, and 25% of our children have it. It is affecting all of us. It is a disease that's affecting an estimated 100 million Americans. Your liver gets infiltrated with excess fat. Over time, that fat causes inflammation, scarring, and eventually liver failure. The liver is your body's primary detox organ, fat burning organ, and metabolic control system. In other words, your metabolism doesn't work if your liver doesn't work. You can't burn fat if your liver is not working right. Everything you eat, drink, breathe, absorb goes through the liver. And when your liver's struggling, everything struggles. Fatty liver is not a mystery. It's a toxic load problem and a metabolic dysfunction problem. Here are the root causes. Now, everyone thinks about alcohol, right? Yes, it's hard on the liver, but alcohol consumption is at a 90-year low and fatty liver disease is at an all-time high. So there's obviously other things that are affecting fatty liver. Processed food, refined carbohydrates, white flour, crackers, cereal, fast food, which makes up 70% of the American diet. These convert to fat in the liver faster than any other food. Faster than any whole food. Fructose and sugar, especially high fructose corn syrup, that is a big issue. Fructose is metabolized exclusively in the liver. A 20-ounce soda is a direct hit. Industrial seed oils, canola, soybean, sunflower, vegetable oil, they promote liver inflammation at the cellular level. Alcohol, like I mentioned, you knew it, even moderate intake accumulates over time. Environmental toxins that we can't get away from, pesticides, glyphosate, heavy metals, plastics, the BPA, you hear about them, you don't see them, so you don't really worry about them. They're everywhere, even if you're trying to do all the right things. They are stored in the liver tissue and disrupt that fat metabolism. Prescription medications, statins, antidepressants, NSAIDs, antibiotics. I had to take my first medication in over 30 years for a Giardia infection that I just couldn't tackle. My liver took a hit and I was nauseous. I had no appetite. I was really off kilter for a week. Now, thank God for my liver support, I'm back on track. But that was just one little incident. I never take medication. I eat as clean as I possibly can. I don't drink alcohol. And that one medication did that to me. Imagine when you stack all of these things on top of each other. All of this stuff is processed through the liver and your bucket gets overflowing. And your liver says, I give up. Insulin resistance. Excess insulin drives fat storage directly into the liver cells. Gut dysbiosis. How many of you are bloated, constipated, or have gut issues and you can't figure it out? When bad bacteria dominate, their byproducts travel to the liver via the portal vein. You cannot drug your way out of a lifestyle disease. So why does Ozempic help fatty liver then? Headlines, though, misleading. This is the reality. Ozempic, great, suppresses your appetite, gets rid of the food noise, mimics that GLP-1. Now I'm talking about Ozempic, but this talks also about the GLP-2s and even GLP-3, the retatrutide that's coming out. When you eat less, you consume less sugar, less processed foods, less fructose. So your body has less inflammation, less toxic inputs equal less liver burden. And that is when the lowering fatty liver markers are showing up in the studies. It's not a direct liver healing mechanism. Ozempic is not directly lowering fatty liver disease. It's not fixing the metabolic pathways that cause the damage. It is caloric restriction by pharmaceutical force. You will get the same liver benefits by simply removing the processed foods and fructose from your diet, without the side effects, without the cost, and without what happens when you stop. Now, I want to be very clear. I am not anti-peptide. I actually think there is great, miraculous things that can happen with peptides when they're done right for the right person and when the foundation is addressed first. The hidden danger, what happens? The fat burning is happening in your liver. So let's think about it. Fat is not burned in your fat cells. Fat is burned in your liver. You cannot lose fat without a healthy liver. Fatty acids are transported to the liver mitochondria for beta oxidation. That's where the conversion to energy actually happens. So when Ozempic causes rapid fat loss, more than just restrictive diet, your liver has to process all of that mobilized fat all at once. A healthy liver can handle it. A damaged, already overwhelmed liver, which most of you have if you're reaching for the Ozempic, cannot. Accelerated fat loss without liver support is like flooding a clogged drain. You're asking a damaged organ to do more work at the exact moment when it's the most stressed. That's why when people on Ozempic often feel fatigued, brain fog, sluggish, because their liver is overwhelmed and just raising the white flag. Now, this is the topic that no one addresses, the liver-thyroid connection. Your thyroid and your liver, you cannot talk about them separately. Your thyroid produces T4. It does nothing. It's inactive. It's a thyroid hormone that needs to be converted into T3, and that happens in the liver. The T3, which no doctor really tests unless you are seeing a good functional doctor and you're asking for it, that free T3 is your metabolism. Now that conversion happens in the liver, and if it's sluggish, that conversion isn't happening. So the sluggish liver means poor T4 to T3 conversion. That poor T3 means slow metabolism, weight gain, fatigue, brain fog, cold hands and feet, hair loss, right? Now, if you want a simple test to then call and scream to your doctor, test my free T3, take your body temperature in the morning. If it's less than 98 degrees, you are hypothyroid. Your thyroid is sluggish and you need support. So this is why a lot of people on Ozempic, even though they're eating nothing, can't lose weight. So then you add in the Ozempic or the GLP-2 or the GLP-3. They slow everything down, the gastric emptying, the digestion, the gut motility. Now, we're not even going to get into the gut issues that can happen with slow motility, right? But then you get the muscle mass drop because you're not eating enough protein. Lower muscle mass means lower resting metabolic rate. That muscle is an organ of longevity. You gotta protect your muscle, whether you're on Ozempic or not. Your thyroid's getting weaker. It's getting a weaker signaling from that body that it's losing that metabolic engine, so it's slowing everything down. And then when you stop Ozempic, the appetite suppression disappears, the cravings return amplified. The weight comes back 4 times faster than if you were just dieting alone. And now your metabolism's slower, your muscle mass is lower, your thyroid is more suppressed than ever before. The weight comes back. And because your liver never actually got healed, your fatty liver risk increases significantly and you have not fixed anything. You have made the underlying problem worse. The underlying problem that made you reach for the Ozempic or the GLP-2 or 3 in the first place. So what do? How do you do Ozempic or a GLP the right way? This is what you need to do. Use that window of reduced food noise, reduced caloric intake as an opportunity to repair. Support your thyroid, support your liver at the same time. Give your body the tools it needs to actually heal to the root while the drug does its job. Number one, iodine. You gotta give your body iodine. If I was on a deserted island, can take one supplement, it's acceleradine iodine. Every cell in your body requires iodine. Your thyroid requires it most. Iodine's the raw material your thyroid uses to produce that T4, a key factor in the T3 conversion in the liver. It stands for the 4 and 3 molecules of iodine. How can you have T4 and T3 without part of the raw material that builds hormone, right? According to research, Dr. David Brownstein, the OG of iodine, says 96% of the United States population is iodine deficient. That statistic also was from 20 years ago, probably a lot worse. Why? Because fluoride, chlorine, bromine in our water supply, our environment has been blocking iodine receptors. So without adequate iodine, no thyroid support protocol works. Acceleradine is the only iodine that goes easily and efficiently into every cell in the body. Last week, I talked about Ozempic and breast cancer. What is the number one way to prevent breast cancer? Iodine. Most breast cancer patients are deficient in iodine, and that breast tissue has 4 times the amount of receptor sites of iodine than the thyroid. So when you're deficient, the toxins that you're taking in from your environment are filling those receptor sites, leading to disease. That's just a side note. So acceleradine iodine, number 1. Accelerated thyroid, number 2. I have yet to come across someone that does not need thyroid support. This is a 3-in-1 formula, all natural, and it helps reduce the water retention, give you the energy. It supports your adrenal glands and your thyroid. It has an Ayurvedic herb in there called Kanchanara, which is known to dissolve and reduce thyroid nodules. Then we have the freeze-dried glandular that is helping support the T3 and T4 and other amino acids that your thyroid needs to function like an optimal machine. So that's number 1 and 2 for your thyroid. Then, of course, your liver, right? Accelerated liver care. This is non-negotiable. If you are a close loved one of mine, I'm not putting you on a GLP unless you commit to acceleradine iodine and accelerated liver care. That's it. And this is non-negotiable. Every pound of fat you lose has to be produced and processed through the liver. Accelerated liver care is 13 synergistic herbs that help reduce fatty liver, help process the fat, mobilize the toxins, get them out efficiently so your body is running like a fine-tuned machine. There is no liver support out there that I have found that even comes close to being as effective. So those 3 are non-negotiables if you choose to do Ozempic, tirzepatide, retatrutide, any of the GLPs. Now, what if you don't want to do Ozempic? You're hearing about it, you're seeing your friends lose weight, but you're like, I just don't want to go there. There is a natural alternative. Ozempic works by forcing you to eat less and shifting your body towards fat burning, but really it's just caloric intake that is suppressed, right? So where we go from there is accelerated fast. This is not only designed to help suppress the food cravings, the food noise, but it actually increases cellular energy, increases fat burn. It teaches your liver how to convert your own body fat into ketones. Those ketones give your brain great energy and your body great fuel to go do your workout fasted. You still eat. You don't have to be on an intermittent fasting protocol. You focus on the good proteins to feed your muscles and support that muscle, but you're also getting the suppressed food cravings. The formula is something I will never go without. I feel amazing when I do it. You're mentally, physically. So the protocol, whether you're on Ozempic or not. Step 1, if you're on Ozempic, accelerating iodine, accelerated thyroid, accelerated liver care. And if you choose to avoid Ozempic or a GLP, you add in the accelerated fast. If you have tried Ozempic and you're gaining the weight back, or you are on it right now and you're feeling sluggish, The drug is not the problem or the solution. The problem's the liver, and it cannot process the fat enough, fast enough, and your thyroid is not working for you. You are throwing something into a broken system, right? Ozempic masks those problems. It does not fix them. And the longer your liver and thyroid go unsupported, the harder it becomes to get off that drug. So don't ask, what drug can I take to fix my liver? Or ask, why is my liver struggling in the first place? Remove the toxic load, rebuild thyroid function, give your liver the support it needs to do its job. And that is the root cause approach. And this is how you actually fix the system. Thanks for tuning in. Before you leave, let me know it sparked a question. I want to know, have you tried a GLP? What were your results? I need to know. You teach me. But I also want to know, are you fatigued? Do you have energy? What are your symptoms? What's not going away? What is coming back? And leave a comment below. If you haven't joined my free group coaching on Telegram, do so today. It's a place where we learn together. I answer your questions every day. And for all of my articles, the free group coaching, the supplements mentioned, you can find them at sarabantahealth.com or acceleratedhealthproducts.com. Use coupon podcast10 on your first order. Most of you listen every week, but you haven't subscribed. Share this episode with a friend and click that button below so you are notified when I release all of my new episodes. They're on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, E360, iHeartRadio, and more. And remember, I drop at least 3 to 4 episodes a week, so join me next time for more ways to unlock your health potential.